Hey Taurus, and welcome to Natural Mystic Tarot. Before I get started, if you're new here or you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and make sure you whack on the notifications as well, because when I get to 100 subscribers, I'll be doing weekly live tarot readings. So if any of this resonates with you and you're connecting to me as a reader, I'll be able to jump on and answer more specific questions and get a bit more detailed one-on-one type of messages. Okay, when I started meditating and dipping into Taurus energy today, I got a real sense of fertility and creation and almost a pregnant energy. This doesn't necessarily mean any of you are pregnant or about to be pregnant, though I would maybe pay attention to that for the next 2 weeks at least. And a lot of you probably will cycle, will be quite fertile around the 18th of May. A lot of women cycle with the new moon, and if you're a man watching, your partner may cycle with the new moon, so she may be quite fertile around the full moon. Then there's the opposite, where some women, and as they probably get a little older, they start to cycle with the full moon. That's beside the point. Now, when that could also mean that you're birthing a new idea or creation or nurturing some sort of idea that's come into your head, or it could mean, and I'm saying for a group of you, it's taking on someone else's children, maybe like a stepchild. Maybe you've met somebody who has a child and you're wondering, are you able to take on that responsibility? This is just the energy mowing around at the moment. So before I usually start, I shuffle a colour, and the colour for you this week is, this fortnight, is Take Action, and it's Jade. Then I also do an Ascended Master, and you got Maitreya, the Power of Joy. And I really think that's talking about staying in a great vibration, and when you're in that place, no mountain is big enough, is too big for you to cross. I think it's important that you have a real fast forward moving motion this month, this mid-month Taurus, and moving into well into June, maybe July. You have, as of mid-May, you have 4 planets moving into Taurus, and one of those, the Sun. The urge for you to be really grounded and rooted in the now, not wanting to change, not wanting things to change, even if they're uncomfortable for you, is going to be quite strong, especially around your material possessions, your home life, your routine, all those type of things. You're going to want it to stay exactly as it is because it's comfortable. The cards, as I was pulling them up, are really pointing you in the other direction. They're saying move forward, make change, push through that resistance. But at the same time, Taurus, don't be too hard on yourself. You are the master of kicking your own behind. Recognize the growth you've already made and the changes you've already made. Take time to reflect back on where you were 6 months ago and where you were a year ago. It is important to see that you've already made so much change. While you don't want to sit too comfortably with the level you're at now, you don't want to forget just how brilliant you've become. And I think that's just so important right now. And it's so important for your self-worth to really root yourself in how amazing you are. Now, this kind of change, while it's uncomfortable, it does bring in a sense of harmony, because we have to strip away things to rebuild. When I started to pull cards, and I just start with a basic outline and then I'll pull again as we go. When I asked about relationships, now there's a group of you who will be moving on from your partner. This may not be a long-term thing. It's something you entered into, and It moved rather quickly. You thought it was going in one direction, uh, but it's taken a swift turn, and it's creating um, a burden, like you're carrying too much. And I feel like this sort of goes into financial as well. I feel like what I'm sensing is that the playing field isn't even, and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, and it's no longer for your greatest good. I don't think you'll be moving on to someone else. And that's what the cards were saying. The cards are saying you're sort of, this lesson has taught you that you've got so much to offer for yourself, and you need time to be alone right now. And it's not a sad thing. It's not a sad alone. It's not alone and lonely. It's, I need time to give to me. I'm sensing that you're feeling like you're not able to fill your cup or think straight, or there's too much going on. Now, keep in mind this is just a group of you. Also, keep in mind if this doesn't resonate for you, then this is not your message. You can go and check your moon sign or your rising. It may be better, or it could just be that you're not resonating with me as a reader. I normally don't make that disclaimer, but this morning when I was doing other signs, I got my I got my first troll, and she was quite put out by my reading, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect to be everyone's cup of tea and resonate with anyone. But if at any point this doesn't resonate or it rubs you the wrong way, please stop and go and find a a more appropriate message for you. It's never my intention to offend. And on that note, let's get back into your reading. I was meant to disclaim that at the start. Okay, so for another group of you, I didn't I didn't tap into the other group for relationships. There was just the one that was that you're about to walk away from it. You're and it's going to be it's not going to be the type of breakup where it goes on for weeks and there's carry on and there's messages back and forth. It's going to be a clean cut. I feel like neither of you were as invested or at this stage in the relationship are as invested as you were at the start. It's almost going to be a sigh of relief for both of you. So while it's going to hurt because you've grown to love them, you are both going to feel quite a sigh of relief. The other party is feeling the same, overwhelmed, ugh, suffocated. That's a hard word, but that's the type of energy. Now, to people who are in relationships, okay, we have the Six of Air, and it's saying things are looking up after a difficult situation. It can also speak to going on holiday, so that is lovely news. Okay, so open your eyes to possibilities. Now, if you have gone through a difficult situation, it's also telling you um, to not miss your blessings. So if you've got to that point in your relationship where things have become a little stale, to look back on all the things you love about them and start noticing those things in your day-to-day. Okay, to the single Taurians out there, there is someone new coming in. There is a new phase, and during this time, you've got a lot going on. So you're going to have a new partner coming in, and then at the same time, your abilities are going to start to level up. I have a feeling this is going to, your abilities anyway, is going to happen the 18th of this month. We have a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is the sign of mysticism and inward abilities. So you'll probably find a lot of those abilities will be the more lunar ones, like clairsentience and claircognizance, and all the more subtle abilities. I have a feeling this person that's coming in is going to be very creative an arty. They don't have to necessarily do this as a living, but I feel like there is a secret side to them that is very creative and is almost busting for it to come out. You're going to be the key to help them open that side of them up. Okay, so basically that's saying that things are going to move really well for you. You need to be optimistic and have faith. Now, I then went on to career and I started to pull cards, and they spoke very loudly of not jumping into anything new if it can be helped. Now, that's easy to say because we, as much as astrologically we want to be able to live our life around that things, we have to support our family, we have to do things to bring in a paycheck. But if it can be helped, if you're starting a new business venture and it's not in the phase yet of starting, I would really wait into the month of June, especially to be signing any contracts or any of those type of things, or bringing on board any new suppliers or anything like that. They also spoke of not being too stuck in a lack mentality. So making sure that you're not assuming the worst, or being careful of your language. Make sure you're not using things like, I don't have enough, this isn't enough, this isn't good enough. Speak abundantly. That's what they're asking. Especially with so many planetary alignments in your sign right now, you're going to be manifesting a lot differently than you did before. Your thoughts and words are going to become very powerful over at least the next 6 weeks, but also moving throughout to the rest of the year. This is a powerful time for you, Taurus, so use it to your advantage and use it wisely. Now, for a group of you, Archangel Gabriel has come up, and he's speaking about a standstill, so a stop in your life. Things have halted almost. This is around career. So you may be in a job that you have worked the same position for so long that it has become the mundane for you. You get up and you do the same thing over and over. That is one of the downfalls of a Taurian, but also one of the beautiful things about them is they can become comfortable, and that's so beautiful that you don't get to. And this depends on the rest of your chart, but for most, you're able to really grow in a position. You're not looking for the next best thing. However, if it no longer serves you, it's time to move on. I'm not advocating you go quit your job. I am saying maybe it's time to explore new options and see what's out there for you. You will be surprised at what your skill level is. If you're thinking, oh, I can't do that because I don't have X, Y, and Z, delve into who you are as a person and what you offer. You offer a lot more than even you realize, and your skill set's a lot higher than you realize. Things like, say you're a stay-at-home mum and you think, well, you're forgetting the fact that you can multitask, and, all those things that make you brilliant and don't come with a certificate, they're the things you want to be advertising for yourself. We're going back into the manifestation and the abundance. It keeps showing up so strongly in your reading today, which really excites me for you. This is saying you are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest. Life is magical. This really is the start of a new path for you spiritually. You're really coming into your own. You have removed a lot of blockages that have been going on. I'm seeing a group of you doing guided meditations, really doing chakra work, getting right in there to the nitty gritty and pushing yourself through, and you're being rewarded now. You're leveling up. You're seeing the world through a different perspective. You're starting to realize everything happens for a reason. Our lessons are blessings. And that can only bring good things. The next card is the Queen of Fire. I feel like this is you. I feel like you've come up in your reading as the Queen of Fire. The overall energy of this card is stretch your wings and fly. It is time to, I said it before, come out of your comfort zone. Uh, when you start to come out of your comfort zone, you're going to inspire people around you too. And you're going to bring them up with you. You're going to rise together. Some of these people won't be telling you. Some of these people will be inspired from afar. I also, for a group of you, I feel an engagement coming on, like a major life event. I also see renewal of vows. So there's a lot of wedding union type energy. I also, there is, how do I explain this? There is another group of you who have been investigating. So there has been something going on. Like I could see you on Facebook and on a friend of a friend and this person and that person. You have been quietly, very subtly and quietly investigating something, and it's about to come to a head. You're about to find the information, or you just have found the information that you were looking for, and you're going to confront this person with the information you've got. You haven't done this in a wild and crazy way. You are covering all your bases before you approach this person. It's smart, it's wise, and it's justified is what I'm hearing. Okay, for another group of you, you are deliberating over what may be a twin flame. You're having that, is it karmic? Is it a twin flame? Are they a soulmate? Are they my life partner? There's so many options right now. What Spirit is telling me very clearly is no matter what their purpose is, they're here for your growth. And they're also saying, enjoy. You are allowed to have this. Don't scrutinize what it is. Enjoy the moment. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. Oh, I nearly said Scorpio. Taurus. I'm so sorry. I have been doing so many signs today. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I think the next time you see me, there's going to be a few life changes for you. I love yous all. Thanks so much for watching.